Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to Bhagavatam class. We'll start by Kirtan. Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradha Ranjana Yamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंद हरि हरि बोल. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 30, verse number 11, 12, and 13. So we'll start from verse 11. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.30.11. Vartayam lupya manyayam arabdhayam puna puna lobhabhibhuto nishtava pararthe kurute shraham. Translation: when he suffers reverses in his occupation, he tries again and again to improve himself. But when he is baffled in all attempts, because of excessive greed. Now I am reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 3.30.12. कुटुंब भरना कल्पो मंदा भाग्यो व्रतोध्यमा श्रिय विहीन कर्पाण्यो ध्यायान च वष्टि मूढ़ादिहि. Translation. Thus, the unfortunate man, unsuccessful in maintaining his family members, is bereft of all beauty. He always thinks of his failure, grieving very deeply. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.30.13. एवं स्वभारनाकल्पं तत्कालात्रादयस्तथा नाद्रियन्ते यथा पूर्वां किनशाइव गोचराम्. Word to word translation. Evam, thus, swabharna, to maintaining them. Akalpam, unable. Tat, his. Kalatra, wife. Adhaya, and so on. Tatha, so. Na, nor. Adriyante, do adriyante, do respect. Yatha, as. Like. Gojaram, an old fox. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sisi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Seeing him unable to support them, his wife and others do not treat him with the same no one has liked an old man who is unable to earn in the family, who is unable to earn in the family. Even in the modern age, in some communities or states, the old men are given poison so that they will die as soon as possible. In some cannibalistic communities, the old grandfather is sportingly killed and a feast is held in which his body is eaten. The example is given that a farmer does not like an old bull who has ceased to work. Similarly, when an attached person in family life becomes old and is unable to earn, he is no longer liked by his wife, son, daughters, and other kinsmen, and he is consequently neglected. What to speak of not being given respect? It is judicious, therefore, to give up family attachment before one attains old age and take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should employ himself in the Lord's service so that the Supreme Lord can take charge of him and he will not be neglected by his so called kinsmen. Will recite Mangalachan. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंगायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरों दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधव श्री चैतन्य। हरे कृष्ण। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I seek blessings from all the devotees, all the Vaishnavas who are present here and in Zoom, and also from my Guru Maharaj and everyone else, so that I can glorify Srimad Bhagavatam from my limited realization. Hare Krishna. So today there are three verses, and each verse is describing how a man or how a living entity in a family life will be cheated. So, and this all description is for a person who leads a Grahamedi family life. This is not for Grahastha. So these all examples which are given in this chapter are all the examples of Grahamedi. If a person who is grahastha, then definitely there is a Krishna conscious family life, and Krishna is within the center of the family life. So, as in this purport, it is said that in the last sentence that one should employ himself in the Lord's service so that the Supreme Lord can take charge of him and he will not be neglected by so called kingsmen. So, what it means, one who is employing himself in the Lord's service. So, Grahasthas are employing themselves in Lord's service because they are keeping Krishna in the center, and whatever they are doing for their family, whatever they are doing for their kids, for their spouse, they are keeping Krishna in center, and they are doing it for for themselves and for their family members to become Krishna consciousness. So Grahastha life is perfect, but this is verse which is speaking about Grahamedis. So here it is said that a person in a Grahamedi life is cheated always. He first of all try to please their family members, fill try to make their family members life very comfortable by going through so much austerity and so much misery, and that austerity and misery is only for the body. So he's trying to give the comforts of their family members for their body. That is the reason, because he is not having Krishna in center, and he's thinking that he is a body. He doesn't have the knowledge that he's spirit soul, but he always thinks that he is a body. And he thinks that if body is comfortable, everything is comfortable. His life is successful, depending on the bodily comforts. We see outside world, everybody who is not a devotee or who doesn't have any knowledge of Krishna, what they think, becoming rich will make me happy, making my family members very comfortable, building a big home for my family members so that they can stay in that and enjoy their bodily comfort will make me happy and make them happy. And getting a good car so that his stature in the society gets elevated will make me happy. So his everything is depending on the body. So if we read Bhagavad Gita second chapter, we come to know that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. And because if somebody doesn't have that knowledge and working for the body, they will they will look old even in their young age. There are many students, many of my friends which have I have known in the past were having white hair, even though they were just 25 years, 20, even though their age was 25 or 26, they were having white hair and they were looking very old because they were abusing so much of their body only to only they were only to please only to live bodily comfort. They without their knowledge they were abusing the body. They were thinking that eating nicely, drinking nicely, sleeping nicely, doing all kinds of breaking all kinds of co-regulative principle is like a cool thing for them. And by abusing their body, they were becoming, they were looking very old. So that is what it is said. Even though in the 11th, in the 12th verse, it is said that even though that person is trying to fulfill working for the family members, but because of the excessive greed, he took for all the bad things to earn money. He will go for all the bad things to earn money, and then because he even for going for taking the wrong path, he will be unsuccessful, and then he will be bereft of all the beauty, and he will grieve deep. He will be grieving. He will be feeling so much pain deeply that he is failure in all the sense. And then family member also will not support him because they are not getting anything out of him. So this shows the selfish mentality of society, even within the family members, for Graham especially, that because they don't have any kind of Krishna consciousness in their life, they don't they don't have that knowledge that whatever they do now and will come back to them later. For example, in this purport, Srila Prabhupada said that in some kind of cannibalistic society community, when a person become old, they sportingly kill that person and eat that person. So without knowing that they will also become old one day, and sportingly some of their young kids will kill them and they will eat them. So because they are young, they think that it is happening to them, but it will not happen to me. It is like same pasyati apasyati, which they see but they don't see, because they think that they are very strong now. They'll not become like that later, and their minds are fully covered with illusion. So when I was reading these three purports, I I I remembered the example of Puranjan from the fourth canto. Whatever Kapil Muni is giving in theory in this third canto, you will see the same example of a Puranjan in fourth canto. The Puranjan is allegory story narrated by Narad Muni to the king Prachin Parishit. So in that story, Puranjan is like is a name of a person, and the meaning of Puranjan is a person in a human form, a person who is looking for sense gratification. And then that Puranjan had a friend. That friend nobody know. That friend was unknown to everyone, and it is that friend was related to Paramatma. So Puranjan was so much deeply wanted to enjoy this material world. So for that enjoyment, he was roaming everywhere. He went to places to look for enjoyment, but he couldn't find enjoyment, and he became deeply morosed because of his unsuccessful attempts. And then later, he went to a place in northern Himalaya, and it was that place name was Bharatvarsh. So he went there and he could find that places of a nine gate, that cities of a nine gates, and that nine gate is related to our body as a nine gates. And then it has nice park, nice garden, so many nice things. And then there he saw a girl, and that girl is having a was protected with five hooded snake, and that five hooded snake is our five senses. And then he wanted to enjoy that girl, but then again there is a long story, but then his all attempts were failed. He was thinking that he can enjoy, but he cannot. At every step, when he was thinking that this is now I can enjoy, now I can enjoy, now I can enjoy. But at every step, there was a failure, and so that is what here in this verses 11, 12, and 13, it is saying that in the 12th verse specifically, thus the unfortunate man, unsuccessful in maintaining his family members, is bereft of all the beauty. He always thinks of his failure, grieving very deeply. And before that, in the 11th verse, it is said that when he suffers reverses in his occupation, he tries again and again to improve himself. But when he is baffled in all attempts and is ruined, he accepts money from others because of the excessive greed. So, because of the greed in in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says there are three ways you can go to hell: lusty, angry, and greedy. So when you are greedy, your doorway to hell is always open. And in the greed, what you are doing, you are not just greedy. You are doing so many things which are not good for not good for your spiritual life, not good for your soul. And because because living entities, especially human beings, have four defects. We are always under illusion, we are always cheated, and we have imperfect senses, and because of that we commit mistakes. Because we have these four defects, we think that without our knowledge we think that we can there will be a day when we will be successful. So we'll keep on trying with all our defects. If somebody knew that we have four defects, and with these four defects nobody can be successful, they would have left trying all they would have already came to Krishna consciousness long back without even trying for this wrong things in wrong ways and becoming unsuccessful. And by the time they know that, oh, it is I was a failure throughout my life, and then by the time they'll come to know, they will become very old. And when they become very old, they will have a consciousness, they'll have a, they have created so much conditioning in their life. And to come out of that conditioning, even though they might get knowledge that whatever I did is wrong, now I have to take up to Krishna consciousness, but because of the conditioning it will be very tough. But there is always Krishna's mercy there. Better late than never. So even if they have started there, they'll get some mercy of Krishna. By the mercy of Krishna, they will, at least maybe not in this lifetime, in next lifetime they will start from the beginning. But why to waste one more lifetime? That is the point here. If we come to know it is at early age, that and whoever like we are very fortunate, all the devotees who got connected and who came in contact with the devotees, we are very fortunate that we are able to read this and we are able to get this knowledge at early age. So we should be very careful in dealing in our dealings with in our everyday dealings. We should be very careful to keep be Krishna consciousness. Moment to moment we have to choose Krishna, otherwise just the one moment, a moment is much lesser than a second. A movement is like this. You in a second there might be hundreds of movements. So movement to movement we have to be Krishna consciousness. So just a movement, a Maya need just only a moment to take us away from Krishna. There are so many examples in the past, in Bhagavatam also, that it did not even take for a moment for a person to become away from Krishna. Like we have a Pururava story, just and he saw Ramba, and he got attracted to Ramba, and sorry, Urvashi. Urvashi, and he got attracted to Urvashi, and then that's it. His all his his mind, his all his intelligence was behind how to please Urvashi, and by doing that, he was living like a life of an animal, instead of being like a instead of living like a king. And then there are many other stories like Yayati Maharaj, who wanted to, who did not even care for his son, and he took up his son's age only to enjoy. So moment to moment, we have to be Krishna consciousness. If not, just it takes only a moment for Maya to take us away. So it is very important to be Krishna conscious. It is very important only for, it is important for our sake only, not for anyone else, to be Krishna consciousness, to always be under the shelter of Krishna, under the shelter of devotees. Otherwise, the life which we are going to live outside the shelter of Krishna is very dangerous. Even though people see, they don't want to see it, because they think, because of the power of because of the power of Krishna's external energy, we will always think that this will happen to others but not to us. And once it happened to once it happened and when it happened to us, it might be very late, and we might not even get another chance to come back to Krishna consciousness. But Krishna, being merciful, will make arrangement, but it will be in very hard way. So now that we know what to do, we have this knowledge. So instead of after reading all this, we have to realize that actually this world is only the place of misery. We have to actually realize that body, if we are on the bodily platform, then we will always go through misery. We have to, we cannot find any kind of happiness in this world. This if we are trying to find any kind of happiness in this world, that means that we are trying to save a bubble in Atlantic Ocean, which is very tough. How can you save a bubble? It's very delicate. If you just touch it, it will break. So we are trying to build a glass house in in a stormy in a hailstorm, and it will for sure break. So we have to, after reading all these things, after hearing so much, we have to come, not only superficially but within, from, we have to realize it from our heart that yes, whatever this place is, we don't have to go to hell to see what is hell. If we are not Krishna consciousness in this life, we are already in hell. This material world is like a hell. Only Swarg, if you go to Swarglok, you think you will be happy. If you go to Brahmalok, you think you will be happy. But first of all, Krishna has said that this is a prison house. Otherwise, it was not called Durga. And Durga wouldn't have been the jailer of this world. Even and Brahmaloka also come in this place. So that means that it's a jail. Only we are thinking that we are getting some happiness in some place, but it is all illusion, and it is all hell. So we have to not what we can expect from hell. Can we expect any kind of happiness? I don't think so. And 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 only a fool of even after knowing, if we are expecting, then I'm speaking out myself that I am the biggest fool and biggest loser. If I miss this chance, then I never know when I'll get it. I'll get it for sure because I have done service, because I got some mercy from devotees and Krishna. I'll get it for sure. But after how many lifetimes, we never know. We might be coming to this world for millions of lifetimes again, and going through suffering millions of lifetime, and then mercy of Krishna might come, and then we might go back to Godhead. But why to waste this life? We are not even Bharat Maharaj being at the stage of Bhava, just a moment he saw a deer. It was just a moment, and Maya could capture Bharat Maharaj. And Bharat Maharaj had to got 2 lifetimes to again attain perfection. And what was his stage? He was at the Bhava stage. And if we are in the Anartha Nivritti stage, and if we lose this chance, in the Bhava stage, it is 2 lifetimes. In Anartha Nivritti stage, depending on our stage, we can calculate how many lifetimes will again have to come to again go back to Godhead. So it is no guarantee that if we lose this chance, in next lifetime only we'll get another chance. There is no guarantee. It's all up to Krishna and Krishna's external potency Maya. So we have to utilize this chance and go back to Godhead, and try to be a good grahastha and not a grahamedi. And for brahmachari, we have to be always Krishna consciousness. We don't have to be like, even not only for grahasthas, even for brahmacharis, it is said that uh, there is a term grahamedi, there is a ashram medi. I think that is the term. So matmedi, yes, matmedi. Like a grahamedi, there is a matmedi also. So whatever it is speaking in this verse, it's applicable to the brahmachari also. So we have to, in whatever stage we are, whatever ashram we are, the only thing we have to do is we have to put Krishna in the center, be Krishna consciousness, and Krishna will take us away from this material world, and he will take us to his abode. And this hope was given to us by our acharyas, by Srila Prabhupada. That is why Krishna has to do it if we are following their words and their instruction. Otherwise, we did not have any hope, and we will not have any hope to come out of this material world. So only because of the words of our acharyas, we have some hope. And there is famous example given by so many devotees that a devotee who is at the doorstep of Vaikuntha, and guards will ask, what did you do in your life? They'll say chanting, they'll say service, they'll say this, they'll say book preaching, they'll say book distribution. Everything counts only to 8 to 10%. And the remaining 90%, when they say that, Guru Maharaj, please save me, then they will get clearance to go to Vaikunt Lok. So that means, because of because of the words of our acharyas, because of the words of the devotees and Guru, we have some hope. Otherwise, we don't have any hope. So this is the good opportunity, and to go back to Godhead, and instead of suffering again and again and again and again for our next chance, we have this chance. Maybe for getting this chance, we might have suffered a lot in our previous births. We don't know how many lifetimes we were devotee before, and how many lifetimes we suffered, and how many lifetimes it took for us to come to this stage. So if we miss this chance, then we don't know how many lifetimes it will again take to come to meet the devotees. So this is the good opportunity. We have to utilize it and go back to Bhavan. So this is what I wanted to speak today. If I've spoken anything wrong, please forgive me. And if you have any questions or corrections, you can ask. Hare So, Yugal Kishore Prabhuji was asking that after reading this chapter, everybody should realize and so Yugal Kishore Prabhuji is saying by hearing this, why people don't become serious in bhakti and come to Mangalarti once a month. You can only answer Prabhuji. So Prabhuji's question was that why after hearing this people doesn't get serious and doesn't get serious in bhakti and come to Mangalarti or become serious. So whatever I have heard, Prabhuji, that as illusion, if we are not full Krishna conscious, if we are not 100% Krishna conscious, then we might think that other things are more priority than this. And because Maya is very strong, Maya will make you to think that Maya will make you to Maya will show you that, oh, these are the things you have to do. You have to take care of family. You have to go to work next day. You have a appointment. You have the meetings. And then by seeing Maya will make you show all this list. And by seeing this list, if we don't have strong desire to come to Mangalarti, or if we don't have strong desire to become fully Krishna conscious, then for sure we'll fall in the trap of Maya and we'll choose that. That is one thing I can think, Prabhuji. And the other is most of the I feel that many grahasthas, since they live very far, they cannot come and they do Mangalarti at their home, Prabhuji. So they don't show. Maybe, Rohit, I think so. I'm not sure about that. Maybe they might do at home, but whatever I can think I. But you can say more, Rohit. I'm not qualified to speak on this.
So I think, though, I agree with your point that sincerity, that sincerity, it is as simple as that. Um, Coming to Mangalarti, taking advantage of people being so close, not being able to participate, and it is really complacency and not being so sincere. I can speak for myself. चलता है होता है okay I'll go tomorrow there is something will come so you're not feeling well you're not you just came from India you're, so many excuses mind will come up with and oh you can sit here at home and chant now so what is that you are already doing you are already doing aarti if you go or not go aarti will go on so you come up with so many excuses the mind is so or expert in making sure that you don't make advances. So I mean, I can just speak for myself that that's what I go through. That's the struggle and the communication with my mind. So that's why Dr. Thakur actually speaks this bhajan, right? Bhaja ho re Rohininandan, Abhay Charanay. So taking shelter of the devotees, association of the devotees, sincere devotees like you all, I have like one could advance a little bit and come to Mangalati sincerely. And if you come to Mangalati, it's a whole package. The rounds are done, your consciousness is done. So it's such a big benefit. But still we somehow convince ourselves that it's okay not to go. I can see what happens. So please bless me, I can come more often to Mangalati to take your one.
So if nobody have any other questions, we'd like to end this class. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णवेंद्र की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Please forgive me if I have spoken anything wrong. Hare Krishna. Samaveta Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Then